वीरान्त्यष्टचतुष्कषष्टिनवकं वीरावळि पञ्चकं श्रीमन्मालिनि मन्त्रराजसहितं वन्दे गुरोर्मण्डलम्। श्रीविमर्शानन्दनाथं सत्याम्बासहितं गुरुं हृत्पद्मकर्णिका मध्ये भावयेत् सर्वसिद्धये। श्रीभासुरानन्दनाथाय नमः। श्रीभास्कराय गुरुमण्डलाय नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्।
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Shri Matre Namaha. Welcome to the second week, day 1, Sādhana of Soundaryalahari. As we proceed to understand the tiny bit of Bhagavad-pada's experience, we are just overwhelmed with the enormity of the subject. It's only due to our Gurunathar's blessings that we are all even able to move out of our existence and attempt to realize higher levels of consciousness. In the previous class, we learnt about the Kundalini Shakti and its pathway called Kulapatham or the Sushumna Margam. Towards the end of last class, we also recited the Vedic verse that we chant at the time of washing our Guru's feet when doing Guru Pada Puja. We mentioned that the disciple or the sadhaka is able to get the prasada of the Sudharasam or the Amritadhara through the Tirtha Prasadam he gets by washing his Guru's feet. We would like to quickly focus on the words in verse 10, Charana Yugalantar Vigaditaihi. The moment Shakti unites with Shiva, the feet are called Prakasha or Shukla, Vimarsha or Rakta, Prakasha Vimarsha or Mishra, and Nirvana. So there are 4 names given to the feet. They are Prakasha, Vimarsha, and Nirvana. They can also be called as Shukla, Rakta, Mishra, and Nirvana. The mantras for Prakasha Charana and Vimarsha Charana, that is the Shukla Charana and Rakta Charanas, are the ones we say in our Guru Paduka Mantram. And this is why the Dhyana Shloka of Guru Paduka Mantram also has the words Rakta Shukla Prabha Mishram. So what a beautiful way of expressing the relationship between the Sudharasam and the Guru's Pada Amritam. Bhagavad Pada refers to only these 2 charanas, the Prakasha and Vimarsha, also called the Shukla and Rakta charanas of Devi, throughout Soundaryalahari.
In the last class, because of the elaborate discussions on nadis, we could not complete our discussion on one of the important aspects of the 9th verse. The 9th verse, Mahim Mooladhare, we saw briefly how Bhagavad Pada had interchanged the Swadhisthana Chakra and Manipura Chakra. Generally, Manipuraka Chakra is given the 3rd place, starting from the Mooladhara, but Bhagavad Pada gave this chakra the 2nd position right after Mooladhara Chakra, and he gave Swadhisthana Chakra the 3rd position. The text Shat Chakra Nirupanam, written by Sri Purnanandanatha Swami, and most of the Tantric schools follow the position of Manipuraka Chakra as 3rd, giving it the fire element. But in Setubandha, the commentary on Varivasya Ragasya, the author Bhaskararaya, our Kula Guru, supports what Bhagavad Pada says in this verse. He quotes Maheshwara Sutrani, where the Bijaksharas of the Panchabhutas as revealed by the Damaru of Maheshwara are given as Ha, Ya, Va, Rat and Lan. The chakras are also placed accordingly as hum representing ether or space corresponding to the Vishuddhi chakra, yam representing air for Anagata chakra, vam representing water for Manipuraka chakra, ram for fire corresponding to Swadhisthana, and lam for Prithvi representing Mooladhara. Interestingly, Bhaskaraya says, since water is related with Manipura, according to the sutra, what Bhagavad Pada says in this verse as Kamapi Manipure is correct. Thinking at a deeper level about why Bhagavad Pada thinks water element is in Manipura and fire element is in Swadhisthana, we can see that the natural position of Panchabhutas is according to the Vedas Akashad Vayuhu Vayoragnihi Agnerapaha Adbyah Prithvi. But when Kundalini Shakti is active and ready for ascent, body temperature rises and extreme heat is generated. Extreme heat is generated in Swadhisthana chakra, similar to a volcanic activity, and the fire and heat push the water element in the Swadhisthana chakra above to the Manipuraka chakra and extinguishes the fire already in existence. So the fire is doused. This is after a sadhaka has attained a yogic state. Maheshwara Sutras were revealed by Adiyogi Paramashiva during Shiva's celestial dance, and the sound produced by his damaru, the musical instrument of Shiva, was Hayavarat-lan. So we all know the Maheshwara Sutrani like I, Un. So I am referring to that, which is the primordial or the first sound which was directly coming from Shiva's damaru. So the Hayavarat and Lan are the Panchabhuta, represent the Panchabhutas, Hum for Akasha, Yam as the Vayu Bija, Vam as the Jala or water Bija, and Ram as Agni or fire Bija, and Lam is Prithvi Bija. Probably Adi Shankara gives us a clue about the internal explosion a sadhaka experiences when Kundalini Shakti rises from Mooladhara and stops briefly in her own place, Swadhisthana, Sva-adhisthana chakra. That's why this chakra is also called Swadhisthana, Sva-adhisthana chakra. And the chakra is supercharged, similar to how a molten lava is thrown up during volcanic explosion. What we can note here is the constant interchange and the interlacing of the two regions, Swadhisthana chakra and Manipuraka chakra. In my view, Shankaracharya purposely interchanged the position of chakras after their activation, similar to how the water from ocean is lifted up due to the heat and evaporated water vapor condenses and pours down as rain to denote the amrita or nectar pouring into a sadhaka after successful completion of Kundalini Yoga.
Yes. Now let us move on to today's lesson to learn to chant the 11th verse with proper pronunciation.
Caturbhiḥ śrīkaṇṭhaiḥ
Caturbhiḥ śrīkaṇṭhaiḥ Caturbhiḥ śrīkaṇṭhaiḥ
śivayuvatibhiḥ pañcabhirapi
śivayuvatibhiḥ pañcabhirapi śivayuvatibhiḥ pañcabhirapi
caturbhiḥ śrīkaṇṭhaiḥ śivayuvatibhiḥ
Caturbhiḥ śrīkaṇṭhaiḥ śivayuvatibhiḥ Caturbhiḥ śrīkaṇṭhaiḥ śivayuvatibhiḥ
pañcabhirapi
pañcabhirapi pañcabhirapi
caturbhiḥ śrīkaṇṭhaiḥ śivayuvatibhiḥ pañcabhirapi
Caturbhiḥ śrīkaṇṭhaiḥ śivayuvatibhiḥ pañcabhirapi Caturbhiḥ śrīkaṇṭhaiḥ śivayuvatibhiḥ pañcabhirapi
prabhinnābhiḥ śambho
prabhinnābhiḥ śambho prabhinnābhiḥ śambho
navabhirapi mūlaprakṛtibhiḥ
navabhirapi mūlaprakṛtibhiḥ नवभिरपि मूलप्रकृतिभिः
प्रभिन्नाभिः शम्भोर्नवभिरपि मूलप्रकृतिभिः
प्रभिन्नाभिः शम्भोर्नवभिरपि मूलप्रकृतिभिः प्रभिन्नाभिः शम्भोर्नवभिरपि मूलप्रकृतिभिः
चतुश्चत्वारिंशत् वसुदल
चतुश्चत्वारिंशत् वसुदल
कलाश्रत्रिवलय
कलाश्रत्रिवलय
चतुश्चत्वारिंशत् वसुदल कलाश्रत्रिवलय
चतुश्चत्वारिंशत् वसुदल कलाश्रत्रिवलय चतुश्चत्वारिंशत् वसुदल कलाश्रत्रिवलय
चतुश्चत्वारिंशत् वसुदल कलाश्रत्रिवलय चतुश्चत्वारिंशत् वसुदल कलाश्रत्रिवलय
चतुश्चत्वारिंशत् वसुदल कलाश्रत्रिवलय चतुश्चत्वारिंशत् वसुदल कलाश्रत्रिवलय
त्रिरेखाभिः सार्धम्
त्रिरेखाभिः
तव चरणकोणाः परिणताः
तव चरणकोणाः परिणताः
त्रिरेखाभिः सार्धम् तव चरणकोणाः परिणताः
त्रिरेखाभिः सार्धं तव चरणकोणाः परिणताः त्रिरेखाभिः सार्धं तव चरणकोणाः परिणताः. So we'll now recite all the 4 lines of the 11th verse together. चतुर्भिः श्रीकण्ठैः शिवयुवतिभिः पञ्चभिरपि प्रभिन्नाभिः शम्भोर्नवभिरपि मूलप्रकृतिभिः चतुश्चत्वारिंशत् वसुदल कलाश्रत्रिवलय त्रिरेखाभिः सार्धं तव चरणकोणाः परिणताः चतुर्भिः श्रीकण्ठैः शिवयुवतिभिः पञ्चभिरपि प्रभिन्नाभिः शम्भोर्नवभिरपि मूलप्रकृतिभिः चतुश्चत्वारिंशत् वसुदल कलाश्रत्रिवलय त्रिरेखाभिः सार्धं तव चरणकोणाः परिणताः. So now we will learn to recite this verse, 11th verse, in Gaule Ragam from Priya, Paramesh, Mahinta and Karthik. As we mentioned earlier, this week's Ragam will change to Gaulai. This is the second Ragam we used for Lalita Sahasranama. So we will be learning to recite 11th verse to the 20th verse in Gaulai Ragam. Let's listen to Priya.
चतुर्भिः श्रीकण्ठैः शिवयुवतिभिः पञ्चभिरपि चतुर्भिः श्रीकण्ठैः शिवयुवतिभिः पञ्चभिरपि
चतुर्भिः श्रीकण्ठैः शिवयुवतिभिः पञ्चभिरपि चतुर्भिः श्रीकण्ठैः शिवयुवतिभिः पञ्चभिरपि
प्रभिन्नाभिः शम्भोर्नवभिरपि मूलप्रकृतिभिः प्रभिन्नाभिः शम्भोर्नवभिरपि मूलप्रकृतिभिः
प्रभिन्नाभिः शम्भोर्नवभिरपि मूलप्रकृतिभिः प्रभिन्नाभिः शम्भोर्नवभिरपि मूलप्रकृतिभिः
चतुर्भिः श्रीकण्ठैः शिवयुवतिभिः पञ्चभिरपि प्रभिन्नाभिः शम्भोर्नवभिरपि मूलप्रकृतिभिः चतुर्भिः श्रीकण्ठैः शिवयुवतिभिः पञ्चभिरपि प्रभिन्नाभिः शम्भोर्नवभिरपि मूलप्रकृतिभिः
चतुर्भिः श्रीकण्ठैः शिवयुवतिभिः पञ्चभिरपि प्रभिन्नाभिः शम्भोर्नवभिरपि मूलप्रकृतिभिः चतुर्भिः श्रीकण्ठैः शिवयुवतिभिः पञ्चभिरपि प्रभिन्नाभिः शम्भोर्नवभिरपि मूलप्रकृतिभिः
चतुश्चत्वारिंशद्वसुदलकलाश्रत्रिवलया चतुश्चत्वारिंशद्वसुदलकलाश्रत्रिवलया
चतुश्चत्वारिंशत् वसुदलकलाश्रत्रिवलया चतुश्चत्वारिंशत् वसुदलकलाश्रत्रिवलया
त्रिरेखाभिः सार्धम् तव शरणकोणाः परिणताः त्रिरेखाभिः सार्धम् तव शरणकोणाः परिणताः
त्रिरेखाभिः सार्धम् तव शरणकोणाः परिणताः त्रिरेखाभिः सार्धम् तव शरणकोणाः परिणताः
चतुश्चत्वारिंशद्वसुदलकलाश्रत्रिवलय त्रिरेखाभिः सार्धम् तव शरणकोणाः परिणताः चतुश्चत्वारिंशत् वसुदलकलाश्रत्रिवलय त्रिरेखाभिः सार्धम् तव शरणकोणाः परिणताः
चतुश्चत्वारिंशत् वसुदलकलाश्रत्रिवलय त्रिरेखाभिः सार्धम् तव शरणकोणाः परिणताः चतुश्चत्वारिंशत् वसुदलकलाश्रत्रिवलय त्रिरेखाभिः सार्धम् तव शरणकोणाः परिणताः
चतुर्भिः श्रीकण्ठैः शिवयुवतिभिः पञ्चभिरपि प्रभिन्नाभिः शम्भोर्नवभिरपि मूलप्रकृतिभिः चतुश्चत्वारिंशत् वसुदलकलाश्रत्रिवलय त्रिरेखाभिः सार्धम् तव शरणकोणाः परिणताः चतुर्भिः श्रीकण्ठैः शिवयुवतिभिः पञ्चभिरपि प्रभिन्नाभिः शम्भोर्नवभिरपि मूलप्रकृतिभिः चतुश्चत्वारिंशत् वसुदलकलाश्रत्रिवलय त्रिरेखाभिः सार्धम् तव शरणकोणाः परिणताः
चतुर्भिः श्रीकण्ठैः शिवयुवतिभिः पञ्चभिरपि प्रभिन्नाभिः शम्भोर्नवभिरपि मूलप्रकृतिभिः चतुश्चत्वारिंशत् वसुदलकलाश्रत्रिवलय त्रिरेखाभिः सार्धम् तव शरणकोणाः परिणताः चतुर्भिः श्रीकण्ठैः शिवयुवतिभिः पञ्चभिरपि प्रभिन्नाभिः शम्भोर्नवभिरपि मूलप्रकृतिभिः चतुश्चत्वारिंशद्वसुदलकलाश्रत्रिवलय त्रिरेखाभिः सार्धम् तव शरणकोणाः परिणताः.
Now, let's discuss the 11th verse, which is the most important verse for Sri Vidya Sadhana, as it introduces us to Sri Chakra. Bhagavad Pada first gave us the physical description of Devi. Then he showed us the energy form of Devi residing in our own body. Now, in this verse, he is going to explain the linear representation of this energy that Tantras gifted to mankind as a representation of the tattvas forming the base of a human body. Sri Chakra's description is given in this verse. Konaha means angles. The shloka says the Sri Chakra has 4 Shiva angles and 5 Shakti angles. Caturbhiḥ śrīkaṇṭhaiḥ. Śrīkaṇṭha means Shiva. The shloka says the Sri Chakra has 4 Shiva angles. Caturbhiḥ śrīkaṇṭhaiḥ. śivayuvatibhiḥ pañcabhirapi. Pañcabhiḥ means 5. Śivayuvati is Shakti, woman of Shiva. And so he says the Sri Chakra has 4 Shiva angles and 5 Shakti angles, thus having a total of 9 triangles from top to bottom. Now let us understand where these Shakti and Shiva triangles are. Sri Chakram is an intersection of 4 big triangles with apex facing upwards and 5 big triangles with apex facing downwards. This intersection results in 43 small triangles. The Sri Chakra has bindu or dot at the center and has 8 enclosures around it. The bindu is the abode of Mahatripura Sundari. See the 8 enclosures Bhagavad Pada mentions in this shloka. First, there is a triangle around the bindu. Next is the 8 triangles chakra. Then 2 10 triangles chakras. Then 1 14 triangle chakra. 1 8 petaled lotus. 1 16 petaled lotus. 3 square enclosures. In addition, 3 circles, 1 each around the 14 triangles chakra, 8 petaled lotus and 16 petaled lotus. So there are totally 3 circles, 1 around the 14 triangles chakra, and then 1 circle around the 8 petaled lotus, and the third circle around the 16 petaled lotus.
Shankaracharya says catuścatvāriṃśad, meaning 44 triangles are formed, as he considers the central bindu as a triangle whose secret is well known to adept Srividya Upasakas. The word mūlaprakṛtibhiḥ refers to 9 mūlaprakṛtis, which are 7 dhatus plus prana and jiva. 7 dhatus are the constituents of our human body: skin, tvak, blood, asrak, flesh, manasā, fat, medha, bone, asti, semen, shukla, and bone marrow, majja. Along with prana and jiva, they form the root or mūlaprakṛtis. Remember, we say mūlaprakṛtyai namaha in Yogapīṭha Nyāsam. These are the 9 root prakritis of our body. Out of these, skin, tvak, blood, asrak, flesh, manasā, fat, medha, and bone, asti, are the constituents that originate from Shakti, while semen, shukla, bone marrow, majja, prana, and jiva originate from Shiva. Thus, we see that the 9 basic triangles of Sri Chakra represent the microcosm of this prapancha. Sri Chakram is the projection of the entire Brahmanda as well as our own body as a geometric figure. So, the 44 angles of Sri Chakra represent the 36 tattvas and body constituents asrik, mamsa, medha, asti, majja, ojas, shukla and roma or hair. Although there are 9 constituents of human body, here only 8 are used as the skin constituent is already part of the 36 tattvas. According to Varivasyaragasya Tantra, Sri Chakram is made up of intersection of 9 triangles, 4 upward facing triangles and 5 down facing triangles. If we consider the central triangle in the Bindu as explained by Bhagavad Pada in the verse Mukham Bindum Kritva, we have one additional up facing triangle, thus having equal number of Shiva and Shakti triangles, the main concept of Samayachara. Samayamata, as we know, deals with the Antaryagam, and Kaulamata has both Antaryagam and Bhagiryagam. In the Aruna Prashnam, the description of Sri Chakra is given in the mantra Ashta Chakra Navadvara Devanam Pura Yodhya Tasyagum Hiranmaya Kosha Swargo Loko Jyotishavrtaha Yo Vaitaam Brahmano Veda Amritena Vrtam Purim Tasmai Brahmaja Brahmacha Ayuh Kirtim Prajam Daduhu. So this Ashtachakra Navadvara, the 8 enclosures around the Bindu, is the Sri Chakra is mentioned in the Aruna Prashnam in the Taittiriya Aranyakam.
So with this, we finish the 11th verse. Now let's learn to chant verse number 12 with proper pronunciation.
Tvadīyaṃ saundaryaṃ
Tvadīyaṃ saundaryaṃ Tvadīyaṃ saundaryaṃ
tuhinagirikanye tulayituṃ
tuhinagirikanye tulayituṃ tuhinagirikanye tulayituṃ
Tvadīyaṃ saundaryaṃ tuhinagirikanye tulayituṃ
Tvadīyaṃ saundaryaṃ tuhinagirikanye tulayituṃ Tvadīyaṃ saundaryaṃ tuhinagirikanye tulayituṃ
kavīndrāḥ kalpante
kavīndrāḥ kalpante kavīndrāḥ kalpante
kathamapi viriñciprabhṛtayaḥ
कथमपि viriñciprabhṛtayaḥ कथमपि viriñciprabhṛtayaḥ
kavīndrāḥ kalpante kathamapi viriñciprabhṛtayaḥ
कवीन्द्राः कल्पन्ते कथमपि विरिञ्चिप्रभृतयः कवीन्द्राः कल्पन्ते कथमपि विरिञ्चिप्रभृतयः
yadālokautsukyādamaralalanā
yadālokautsukyādamaralalanā
yānti manasā yadālokautsukyādamaralalanā yānti manasā
yadālokautsukyādamaralalanā yānti manasā yadālokautsukyādamaralalanā yānti manasā
tapobhirduṣprāpāmapi
tapobhirduṣprāpāmapi
girisha sayujya padavīṃ tapobhirduṣprāpāmapi girisha sayujya padavīṃ
tapobhirduṣprāpāmapi गिरिशसायुज्य पदवीं tapobhirduṣprāpāmapi गिरिशसायुज्य पदवीं. Now we will recite all the 4 lines together.
tvadīyaṃ saundaryaṃ tuhinagirikanye tulayituṃ kavīndrāḥ kalpante kathamapi viriñciprabhṛtayaḥ yadālokautsukyādamaralalanā yānti manasā tapobhirduṣprāpāmapi गिरिशसायुज्य पदवीं
tvadīyaṃ saundaryaṃ
tuhinagirikanye tulayituṃ कवीन्द्राः कल्पन्ते कथमपि viriñciprabhṛtayaḥ यदालोकौत्सुक्यादमरललना यान्ति मनसा tapobhirduṣprāpāmapi गिरिशसायुज्य पदवीम्.
So now we will listen to Priya, Parmesh, Mahinta and Karthik to learn to recite in this 12th verse in Gaule Raga.
सौन्दर्यं तुहिनगिरिकन्ये तुलयितुम् त्वदीयं सौन्दर्यं तुहिनगिरिकन्ये तुलयितुम्
त्वदीयं सौन्दर्यं तुहिनगिरिकन्ये तुलयितुम् त्वदीयं सौन्दर्यं तुहिनगिरिकन्ये तुलयितुम्
कवीन्द्राः कल्पन्ते कथमपि विरिञ्चिप्रभृतयः कवीन्द्राः कल्पन्ते कथमपि विरिञ्चिप्रभृतयः
कवीन्द्राः कल्पन्ते कथमपि विरिञ्चिप्रभृतयः कवीन्द्राः कल्पन्ते कथमपि विरिञ्चिप्रभृतयः
त्वदीयं सौन्दर्यं तुहिनगिरिकन्ये तुलयितुम् कवीन्द्राः कल्पन्ते कथमपि विरिञ्चिप्रभृतयः त्वदीयं सौन्दर्यं तुहिनगिरिकन्ये तुलयितुम् कवीन्द्राः कल्पन्ते कथमपि विरिञ्चिप्रभृतयः
त्वदीयं सौन्दर्यं तुहिनगिरिकन्ये तुलयितुम् कवीन्द्राः कल्पन्ते कथमपि विरिञ्चिप्रभृतयः त्वदीयं सौन्दर्यं तुहिनगिरिकन्ये तुलयितुम् कवीन्द्राः कल्पन्ते कथमपि विरिञ्चिप्रभृतयः
यदालोकौत्सुक्यादामरललना यान्ति मनसा यदालोकौत्सुक्यादामरललना यान्ति मनसा
यदालोकौत्सुक्यादामरललना यान्ति मनसा यदालोकौत्सुक्यादामरललना यान्ति मनसा
tapobhirduṣprāpāmapi गिरिशसायुज्य पदवीम् tapobhirduṣprāpāmapi गिरिशसायुज्य पदवीम्
tapobhirduṣprāpāmapi गिरिशसायुज्य पदवीम् tapobhirduṣprāpāmapi गिरिशसायुज्य पदवीम्
यदालोकौत्सुक्यादामरललना यान्ति मनसा tapobhirduṣprāpāmapi गिरिशसायुज्य पदवीम् यदालोकौत्सुक्यादामरललना यान्ति मनसा tapobhirduṣprāpāmapi गिरिशसायुज्य पदवीम्
यदालोकौत्सुक्यादामरललना यान्ति मनसा tapobhirduṣprāpāmapi गिरिशसायुज्य पदवीम् यदालोकौत्सुक्यादामरललना यान्ति मनसा tapobhirduṣprāpāmapi गिरिशसायुज्य पदवीम्
tvadīyaṃ saundaryaṃ tuhinagirikanye tulayituṃ kavīndrāḥ kalpante kathamapi viriñciprabhṛtayaḥ yadālokautsukyādamaralalanā yānti manasā tapobhirduṣprāpāmapi गिरिशसायुज्य पदवीम् tvadīyaṃ saundaryaṃ tuhinagirikanye tulayituṃ kavīndrāḥ kalpante kathamapi viriñciprabhṛtayaḥ yadālokautsukyādamaralalanā yānti manasā tapobhirduṣprāpāmapi गिरिशसायुज्य पदवीम्
tvadīyaṃ saundaryam tuhinagirikanye tulayituṃ kavīndrāḥ kalpante कथमपि viriñciprabhṛtayaḥ yadālokautsukyādamaralalanā yānti manasā tapobhirduṣprāpāmapi गिरिशसायुज्य पदवीम् tvadīyaṃ saundaryam tuhinagirikanye tulayituṃ kavīndrāḥ kalpante kathamapi viriñciprabhṛtayaḥ yadālokautsukyādamaralalanā yānti manasā tapobhirduṣprāpāmapi गिरिशसायुज्य पदवीम्
Now let's look into the meanings of the 12th verse.
The figure of speech called alankaram is used in Sanskrit literature. Upama or simile is one such expression where a comparison of one with another thing is done to understand better. It's called the upamana upameya. This verse is about the incomparable beauty of Devi. Like there is a name called Anupama, which is na upama. There is nothing to compare the beauty. If we have to compare Devi's beauty with any other person, it should be Devi herself, as no one can ever match her beauty. Using upama alankara to explain this concept is Rama Ravanayor Yuddham Rama Ravanayor Iva. It means somebody is asking how was the battle between Rama and Ravana? We can say it was like battle between Rama and Ravana. So because there is no other comparison there. Here, Bhagavad Pada beautifully describes Devi's beauty. Brahma, who is epitome of knowledge as the creator of Vedas and other great poets, are thinking very, very hard to find words to describe Amba's beauty, but they all fail in their mission. At the most, they can only express with reference to the beauty of Devaloka Apsaras like Ramba, Urvasi.
Their possible resource is only these Amara Lalanas. Amara means Devas. Lalanas are the Apsaras who keep them happy. At the most, they could explain the beauty of Devi with reference to these Apsaras who themselves are eager to see Devi's beauty in person. Now these apsaras are very eager to see Devi's beauty, and so they think that they can only accomplish this mission of seeing Devi's beauty by doing penance and praying to Shiva, so that they get the oneness with Shiva, and thereby they could get closer to Devi. So they are doing this as they pretty well know that only Shiva can look at Devi from very close position, and so they think that by merging with Shiva they can see Devi through Shiva's eyes. Also, they realize that any amount of penance to see Devi directly through their eyes may not bear fruit. The women of Devaloka attain the greatest benefit of merging with Shiva or Shiva Sayujya, which although is extremely difficult in itself, they still try hard to get that just to have one glimpse of Devi's beauty.
Here, Acharya tells us that the highest attainment humans should aim is to merge with Shiva, as they get the additional benefit of enjoying Devi's beauty up close through Shiva's eyes. Another way of thinking about this is that even sages and saints who do lot of penance find it difficult to attain Shiva's Sayujya, but Apsaras Threes or women of Devaloka, who are called Amaralanaha, who are normally used for comparison for describing beauty of other goddesses and women, attain Shiva Sayujyam due to their strong intent or sankalpa to be near Devi.
Yeah. So with this, we complete the today's session. We just learned the 11th and 12th verse. I hope you're all able to take notes and listen to these videos and assimilate them, and also learn the chanting part. So until we see you all tomorrow, stay blessed. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaste.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.